he's not of our people, okay? Number one, he's of a whole nother race, okay? His father is Somalian, all right, which those are actual real Africans. And that would be on the east side of Africa, okay? Because when they was rounding up slaves, they was rounding them from the west side. They call that the Ivory Coast, okay? All right? So we was two different people because them Africans had a hand in putting us in slavery, okay? Now another proof that show that Obama's not our people, he endorses Planned Parenthood. Do you know what Planned Parenthood is? Do you know who founded it? Okay, the person that founded it, her name is Margaret Sanger, okay? She was a Caucasian woman, all right? She was a eugenics, okay? That's the same style of, what they call that, white supremacy that Hitler was on, thinking that white people was superior and all that. Yeah. Well, she was in that same, on that same vibration, but she didn't go as extreme as Hitler, okay? But she's quoted saying that she doesn't want it to come out that they want to exterminate the Negro population, okay? Now, under Planned Parenthood, which they help not only with contraceptions and stuff, but they also help with giving abortions, okay? The leading cause of death amongst Negroes is abortion. It's not AIDS, it's not diseases, it's abortion. And it's all set up for that. Now, if Obama was a Negro, right, wouldn't he have foreknowledge of that? Wouldn't he try to shut that down? He's endorsing it. And not only he's endorsing it, but the UN or United Nations are endorsing it. All right? And they target our people all around the world, regardless of what they look like. They want to destroy us. All right? That's what scriptures too. Get that in all right.
You read from the Bible?
Yes. Yeah, we only deal with the scriptures. We don't deal with no Quran.
I'm listening to you, bro.
Random extra books. All right?
Go ahead, do your thing.
Get that in Amos chapter 1, verse 11.
Amos chapter 1, verse 11. Thus said the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
Now Edom, all right, is the name that was given to Esau when Jacob sold him, gave him pottage when he sold his birthright to him. Okay? And that's the name of Esau's descendants. Now the word Edom means red. Now who's red out of all the nations? It's these so-called white people. That's why we call them rednecks. Look at that dude across the street. He's a high pink. And if they in the sun for a long, it's just trying to get beat red.
Red.
All right? That's an indication that they're Edom. Keep reading.
Because he did pursue his brother with the sword and did cast off all pity.
Now they knew that the Negroes, the Latinos, and the Native Americans, all right, they knew that who they was pursuing, all right, and who they was going to destroy, and who they was going to enslave. They already knew this, all right. They hide that fact. They try to make it seem like they didn't know who this nigga was and stuff, but it's information. It's a website called the Lost Tribes. I think it's .info. And they go all in about how they knew and they had information that the Latinos and Native Americans on this side were Israelites. And they also knew that the Jews, they had Jews and they had they had knowledge that the people that ruled Europe during the time of the Dark Ages, those were all Negroes. All right, because the first slaves that were taken from the Eastern Hemisphere to the Western Hemisphere to I think it was Dominican Republic or Haiti was from Spain. It wasn't from West Africa.
So I'm just curious. Much respect. I like to see the young brothers do y'all thing. Hey man, that's what you're talking about. God, you got me. All right. Now, what denomination, the church are you coming out of?
We're just Israelites.
Israelites out there. So you name of your church? Your name is non-denominational?
No, we're not a 501c3 charter organization.
I mean, I'm just curious, you know.
We just come out here through the Spirit of the Lord and just teach the word.
That's what I'm down with you. But I'm just saying, you know, because just in case I want to hear some more, where do I come?
Oh, well, like we set up here in Charlotte usually on Saturday, either either over there, was it North Tryon?
Yeah, we're on the internet too.
Yeah, if you can't come out here.
Literature.
No, we don't have literature, but we got websites you can go to. No, we don't hand out flyers.
No, I say
No. Them guys that use the mic and they have like flamboyant looking garments and they be talking all proper and stuff. Nah, we not with them. What colors do they wear? Green and blue? Like this? Oh, well then you probably saw us. You probably saw us on the other side, yeah. We used to teach around there. But they pushed us off. See, technically, you know, like if we was to do it technical, we have to go and pay and they'd give us a, So basically we find places where we can set up was technically not on private property and we just teach the word. Yeah.
I say God is the spirit and the truth. You know, I can say I got much respect because, and I like to hear that. Especially a young brother. It has nothing to do with it. That's my point. And I'm not knocking you. But my thing, God is to actually forgive those white people for what they do. That's what my God teaches me. That's what my Bible teaches me. Because in Micah chapter 6, verse 6, it says they want me to walk just. The Lord requires me to walk justice, love one another, and be humble. You know, so that's what, but like I said, that's just my belief, right? But I'm hearing some things coming out of your mouth, and it's great, man. No matter how you get it, let's get it. There's only one God, one faith, and one baptism.
But these Caucasians, they're not with God. They hate
they're
God.
Satan. See, but you have to forgive them because they're not living for the Lord. They took the Bible.
The Lord's gonna come and deal with them.
Yeah, but see, we all do it. We take the Bible and we interpret it how we want it to read.
We're not interpreting it how we want it because we can break it down to the T.
Yeah, but see, God tells me that was back in the Old Testament. He said, "Don't marry outside your race."
Oh, so well, let me give me Luke 21.
The Klansmen took it
23.
as now they want to hang black folk, Jews, Hispanic. They want to hang.
They hang Irish and Italian.
That was in the Old Testament. See, it's a new covenant now. Jesus has a new covenant.
But who's the new covenant for?
See, it's for Gentiles. And it's for everybody.
Better drop that. Go to Hebrews 8 and 8.
Yeah,
we'll read it for you.
I ain't got no problem with that.
Hebrews chapter 8, verse 8.
You dropped your hat.
Mm-hmm.
For finding fault with them, he said, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah.
Which is the two kingdoms.
Right.
Because the first covenant was made with them. So the new covenant, the only difference between the old covenant and the new covenant is that the law, statutes, and commandments, which was part of the old covenant, is going to be put into the spirit. They're going to automatically just keep it.
What is your message to me about that?
You said the new covenant.
All right, but what is your message to me?
He was informing you that the new covenant is for Israel. It's not for all nations.
And so I'm not supposed to forgive my brother. I'm not supposed to let all that go and just deal with how the Lord wants me to deal with everybody. Or do I supposed to continue to be angry because they treated my ancestors? But God doesn't give me the principle of being angry or fear.
Give me Nahum 1 and 2.
It tells me I don't have to be afraid. What can man do to me when God is in control of everything else? But man can't do nothing to me that God doesn't allow. You understand? I'm not. I'm saying this is the question that I want to ask. I want to answer to.
Nahum chapter 1, verse 2. God is jealous, and the Lord revengeth. The Lord revengeth and is furious. The Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries and reserve a wrath for his enemies.
For his enemies. So the Lord's about vengeance. Now go to Zechariah 2, where it says, He that touches you touches the apple of the Lord's eye. See, when they did this unjustly.
Right. See, but
That's
see,
why the Lord gonna deal with them.
right, see,
Okay.
So let him deal with that.
Yeah.
So it's not for
We
me.
you don't see us taking up arms
No,
against. We ain't like the Black Panthers.
But I hadn't heard you in the last 2 minutes say forgive. I hadn't heard.